All right, looks like we are live. Let me get the speech chat going here. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me hurry up and register for this race so I don't miss it. that's why I went live early, because obviously since the GT500 race has been removed from rank, GT3 remains the only class where I have championship points in every round. So I don't want to miss this race, and then we end up having to sit around and wait another 20 minutes or so before the next race. So, um, all right, we're registered. So I've got about 6 minutes to yap about the latest news before the race starts, and whatever I miss, I'll have to pick it up after the race. And so, you guys know the introductions. Godfather of VR, the ageless, one of the man Lincoln Clay. We're back for some more Project Motor Racing, and getting straight into some latest news topics, what have you. A lot of you know about the GT500 DLC being temporarily delisted. And a few days ago, Straight 4 did release a statement in regards to that. And to put it in a nutshell and kind of paraphrase what the official statement said, they basically took the DLC down as a sign of good faith while they worked through a sensitive concern, I believe was the words that they used. So, what does sensitive concern mean? I talked about it a couple of days ago, or yesterday morning, I think, when I did my AC Evil stream from the failed race room stream. And I talked about how I don't think this is a license. I don't think this is a license issue in terms of endorsements on the cars or even on the track itself. Because I think if it would have been something like that, I think they would have simply removed it. I think they probably would have gotten a cease and desist order, and at that point, I think Straight 4 either would have worked it out with the license holder, or they would have simply removed it. In this case, I don't think it's as simple. I think it's I personally think it has to do with the GT500 and 500 Evo cars themselves, or I think it has something to do with the track and not the endorsements that's plastered all over the cars or on the track. I really think that I think either track officials either got after Straight 4, or the sanctioning bodies of the GT500 and 500 Evo classes got after them. And if you look at the list of tracks on this game, Tikamiya, however you pronounce it, that is the only Japanese track on this game. And I don't know, maybe Japanese laws work different than over here in America, where I think over in America you can kind of get away with making
At
something.
Trevken said, yes, Link.
Hey, Trevken, how's it going? I think like over in America, if I were to use McDonald's for an example, the Big Mac is one of McDonald's most popular, most notable burgers. It's been around. I think that burger got introduced in 1967. Other fast food chains could get away with making a sandwich identical to the Big Mac and call it something different and avoid a lawsuit or copyrights. And it may not work like that in Japan. So even though Okayama has a different name on this game, they may not have been able to get away with giving it a different name. They may still have to adhere to Japanese law. That's the only thing that I can think of. So, and the GT500, if it has something to do with the cars themselves, the 500 and the 500 Evo, If it has something to do with that, where they can't just simply throw those cars on the game, that they have to adhere to some kind of Japanese law as well over there, that's the part that may have me thinking that somebody might have snitched them out. Because, you know, when I made that stream about somebody possibly snitching Project Motor Racing out, you know, my friend Jester, you know, that's one thing about that guy. He's blunt. He doesn't hold back what he says, and he felt my title was a little bit clickbaity. Um, you know, I think that's a little bit subjective, but I really do think that it was a possibility that they might have gotten snitched out. And if it's got something to do with the Japanese, if it's got something to do with the GT500 and the 500 Evo cars that's in this game, I do think they may have possibly gotten snitched out. If it had something to do with the track, then that might be the track officials. They might have picked up something and took action. You know, in the case of these 500 Evo cars, as well as the track, it's not I don't think it's a simple case where they can just simply remove it, because if they do, they may have to give everybody a refund that purchased the DLC. So that's why I'm leaning towards believing that it might have something to do with the track or the cars. Because again,
Trevken said, Kyrth ratted them out, LOL.
Yeah, he did bring that up, and I'm not gonna lie, his video kind of got my wheels turning, because I noticed that the GT500 races was removed from rank about 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking that, okay, maybe there's not enough participation because maybe enough people didn't buy the DLC to justify having that race in the lineup. Then when round 3 came along, or well, we're at round 4 now. When round 4 came along and it wasn't restored, at that point I'm thinking, okay, there must be a license issue, and they'll probably resolve it in a day or two. And here it is. It's been I think I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days, and we haven't gotten it back. And then that's when people started noticing that it had been delisted and totally removed from Xbox. And then I saw Kieran's video. Well, when I noticed it, when that stuff started coming out, that it had been delisted, the first thing that kind of hit my head was somebody might have snitched them out. And I'm thinking, okay, it could have been Le Mans Ultimate, Polyphony Digital, and Sony for GT7, or iRacing. You know, and I didn't really think that much about iRacing because I didn't even know they had the real life Okayama track on there. But I thought that it could have been Le Mans Ultimate or Polyphony Digital. I think Polyphony Digital would probably have the most reason to do it, but Le Mans Ultimate would showed that they're probably what's the word, that they might be ruthless enough to actually do it, because they did strategically release their DLC on the same day as the GT500 DLC came out, which I thought was kind of a classless move, because I had a discussion with someone in the chat session that sim racing is niche, but everybody has multiple copies of every game. All of us pretty much have all the major titles, and we all pretty much buy the DLC for all these major titles. So even though there's not a ton of people in sim racing compared to like a Call of Duty or something like that, all of them are getting money from all of us. So, okay, this week Project Motor Racing DLC comes out, we all buy it. Next week, Le Mans Ultimate's DLC comes out, we all buy it. But when you do it on the same day, then that tells me you're trying to force a hand. You're trying to force people. To pick. And I think it didn't have to. It didn't have to be that way. And the discussion that I was having with somebody in the chat, they feel that it was business, and they couldn't understand why I was surprised by that move. My thought was that since Project Motor Racing is supposedly you know, failing, um, the game should not even be on Le Mans Ultimate's radar. They should be considering Project Motor Racing small potatoes. But if they were the ones who actually snitched them out, then Project Motor Racing must be some kind of threat to them. I kind of don't think that they did something. But after what they showed with the timing of their DLC and the announcement of their DLC, because they announced it on the day after 2.0 was released, where with Le Mans Ultimate, when they're gonna, you know, when they got an update coming out or some kind of DLC coming out, they give us like 2 weeks heads up or something like that and let us know that on this day, you know, Stephen Hood's going to come out and give us an update or something like that. But instead, they did it the day after 2.0 released. So I found that was the first coincidence. 2.0 comes out on the 25th. They come out on the 26th with a video letting us know that their DLC will be coming out on the 31st, on the same day that Project Motor Racing's DLC is coming out. And I thought, there's no need for that, because all of us are going to buy both of their DLCs, or most of us are going to buy both of their DLCs. So I really saw no reason to do that, because both of them were going to sell the DLC. But yeah, I kind of went off the tracks a little bit. I really don't think all that much that LMU was behind it, but they demonstrated that they're capable of doing it. Where are the brake markers? I haven't been on this track in so long, so we'll just chalk this first race up as you know, we'll chalk it up as practice. Oh. Oh, I'll let him go. That corner is sharper than it looks.
At Drew Griffin 2643.
We'll leave it there.
Said, "Good morning, sir. My money's still on Kaz. He has a long relationship with Japanese car manufacturer."
He does. I mean, if we want to talk about people who may have possibly snitched them out, Polyphony Digital would have the biggest reason to do it. But I think Le Mans Ultimate showed that they're capable of that kind of shit, which was like really like mind-blowing to me, because up until this point, Le Mans Ultimate had not taken any shots at anyone. They hadn't taken any shots at GT7 or iRacing or Automobilista 2. And then it dawned on me. Well, so this DLC has nothing to do with Le Mans Ultimate. So this DLC isn't a threat to them. So what would be their motivation for even doing it? And then I found one. I guess you could say that I'm reaching, but I actually found a reason why they could possibly do it. And it is the hypercars. Right now, Le Mans Ultimate, to my knowledge, has the most current hypercars in sim racing because they have the official WEC license. After that, I don't know how many hypercars that iRacing has, but Le Mans Ultimate has 12 hypercars. I think maybe 13 now that they added the Genesis. So I think they might have 13 hypercars. Project Motor Racing has 9. And then the other part that dawned on me is that Project Motor Racing has the most hypercars on console. GT7 has one current hypercar, and that is the GRO, the Toyota GRO10. Hell, even Forza has more hypercars than GT7. They have 4. I think they have the BMW, the Porsche, the Lamborghini, and the Cadillac. They've got 4 hypercars, more than GT7. And you know, and that's on console. So until Le Mans Ultimate comes to console, Project Motor Racing has the most current hypercars on console. I do believe that Project Motor Racing will eventually climb out of this hole. They will get out of this mud. They've already kind of I don't know if I would have put them at cult status right now, but they have an audience, even if it's small. By this time next year, if they continue to keep going in the right direction, we could see serious growth of Project Motor Racing by this time next year. Meaning that by the time Le Mans Ultimate finally makes it to console, a lot of people may already have been established on Project Motor Racing. And if Project Motor Racing chose to do it, they could make multi-class races with hypercars and GT3, and that would give console people those multi-class races that we get on PC. Oh, Graham's in here. Graham Games is in here. Shout out to Graham Games. OGR Toolshed is in here.
At Trevken said, GL.
Hey, thank you. OGR Toolshed is in here. I raced against him a few days ago. Matter of fact, he's on the back row with me.
Come on, mate. Nail this stop.
Looking at this race, you can't deny that their online stability has come so far from what it was when it first started. Like right now, AC EVO, their online stability is kind of horrible. Oh. Yeah, but I had to pass this first sector. How the hell did that happen? Oh, almost paid dearly for that one. Had a lapse in concentration, and damn it, they're closing in on me. He was way too aggressive. I had to let him go. Hey, good race, good race. Graham Games, Travkin, good race, good race. OG Toolshed, I know you you spun out back there, but good race also. That was great. No online bullshit.
At Trevcan said, GG.
GG to you too. Thank you. Shit. No teleporting.
At 2643 said, GG.
Oh damn, I forgot Drew
At
Griffin. You
Trevcan
OGR
said,
Toolshed on here.
I passed you and Graham Fair.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't see anything with the way anybody drove that race. I think it was a great race. Let's get lined up for the next one. 8 minutes. Let's sign up again. I don't know that track very well, but that was fun. The overall experience was pretty good. The online stability that race was great. No rubber banding, no ghosting, no teleporting, and cars
At
didn't
Drew
like.
Griffin 2643 said, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Honestly speaking, my channel is a super small channel, no doubt. However, I am closing in on 2,000 subs, and that's still a
At
lot
Graham
of people to
Gomez
remember.
said, yo Lincoln how's things?
Hey Graham, how's it going, man? Great
At
race.
Graham Gomez
Ain't no stopping this train!
said,
Whoa!
great race bro.
Same to you, man. I stayed on top of you. I tried to, and hoped you would make a mistake, but you didn't. So good race, my friend. And while we're at it, Graham Games is in the chat. Check him out. He streams on YouTube as well. He streams GT7 in VR just like I do, and Project Motor Racing. So definitely go check him out. And even though he's already here in the chat, tell him Lincoln sent you. So, but yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. So while we're on the topic of online stability, yeah, like AC EVO, I streamed that yesterday, and I did have fun. There was a couple of moments
At Drew
where
Griffin
there was
2643 said, I really enjoyed your content and your channel. At Graham Gomez said, not good at this track, only done it once or twice. At Trevcan said, yes Graham Games.
Drew Griffin, I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much.
At Graham Gomez said, thanks bro, appreciate it.
And even though I don't know this track very well, that race was really fun. And I think two things made that race really fun, even though I don't know that track.
Said, yo Trevcan.
The clean driving and the online stability made that race very, very enjoyable. And as I was about to say about AC EVO, their online stability has got a long ways to go. So rather than trash them, because I did play it and I did have some fun, even though it needs a lot of work, but I'll put it in a more polite manner and say that Project Motor Racing's online stability is much better than AC EVO. And what I will say that I think is a little bit unfair is that when Project Motor Racing's online stability wasn't very good, they got trashed left and right. But people are almost sidestepping the online stability of AC EVO and talking about the content that they got and the direction that they're headed and all this kind of shit. And nobody's really saying much about the online stability. It's not that good. So the online stability here has come so far, and that was really enjoyable. having a race where I didn't have to worry about somebody rubber banding, because which I saw a good amount of that in AC Evo. When a car is rubber banding, you just don't know whether to attack them or not, because you don't know if they're really in front of you or if they're a few meters ahead of you, because they keep, stretching back and forth. You really don't know. But coming back to Project Motor Racing, I hope that we get that update this week that the devs spoke of when EJR interviewed them, where they talked about the performance increase, where we can expect a 30 to 50% increase in performance, because they were able to find a way to move some of the workload over to the graphics card, and free up the CPU a little bit, which will clear the path for the VR, in my opinion. So I'm still hopeful.
At Cruza923 said, online stability is much improved indeed.
Yes, it is. That race, it was very pleasant to be able to just jump in and have that type of race where the online stability was great and the racing was clean. Like shit, I came in I don't know, 10th, 11th place, but I said it before, I would rather come in last place in a race that was very clean, a very stable race, than to win a race, and be dirty and win a dirty race, or win a race because everybody was rubber banding all over the place and I had the best connection. I wouldn't want to win those kind of races. So that race again was very, very pleasant. We got about 2 minutes. I think the last thing I want to talk about, I'll just try to quick fly through it. The PlayStation. In a recent firmware update, it was revealed that they implemented a 30-day check-in.
Said, you should make the audio chat audible to only you, like Graham does.
Well, I've got my phone sitting here next to me, and I love using speech chat because I don't have to keep looking off to the side. The biggest reason why I used the speech chat was because of VR. I got to keep my eyes on the road. And now in the beginning, I used to pop out the chat window and put it inside the car with me, but that still required me to keep looking off to the side and keep checking to see if people made a comment, and then try to read it and then respond to it while still trying to drive. And way too many times I went off the track because of that. The speech chat allows me to keep my eye on the road and still maintain a focus on the race, but I can still see, I can still hear what people are texting. And
at TrevKen said, ask Graham how to channel the audio to the right channel.
Honestly, whenever I go into Graham's streams, I'll say hi to him. I'll watch it for, 15, 20 minutes, half hour, however long I'm there, but I never really pay attention to what's going on with the chat. Like right now, I don't think my channel's big enough to even shut down or limit the speech chat. If I had a situation where I had 100 people watching and the chat was just constantly going, then yeah, I would see having to limit the speech chat. But right now, I'm fine with it, because the chat is moving slow enough that anybody who makes a comment, I can pretty much respond to it right then and there. Whereas, somebody who's got 200 people watching, if you'd have to super chat them if you want an immediate response to a comment. You'd have to super chat them for them to even see it. With me having speech chat on, everybody gets to be heard. and I do respond to pretty much everybody. You know, if I walk into like a Jardier stream or a basic Ollie stream or what have you, um, I'm not even gonna bother saying anything unless I super chat. And out of those super big channels right now, in terms of having to super chat them to get a response, I like James Baldwin the most. Dude is one of the fastest dudes in sim racing, but I love his calm demeanor. And when you super chat him and ask him a question, you know, he'll answer it. You know, it won't be a short one-word answer, but you know, you don't need to hear a super long answer either. You know, he'll answer the question and get to his racing. So I really enjoy watching his streams. All right, let's go. Let's get a few practice laps in. Let's get a little bit closer. Oh, Grev's in here again. So is Travkin. Oh, I know something else that I wanted to say about why I didn't come back last night. Because after I got done with my AC Evil stream, I was talking about possibly coming back this evening, but I didn't because I ended up watching a couple of movies that I have been wanting to watch for quite a while now. Ooh. It's actually kind of a fun track. I can't wait to drive it in VR though.
Warm those tires and brakes before you start to push me. Session in 5 minutes.
Ooh, woo, woo! I'm trying to let these other cars go ahead because I don't believe in that shit doing a dangerous rejoin. And then I'll let this car go ahead since he's already carrying momentum. A little bit aggressive there, but all right. again, look how beautiful this is running. I lost some time though. Damn! 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 I came in 15th. I need that VR bad. Damn. Damn.
We're going to have to work on our one lap pace moving forward. But let's see what we can do in the race. That's where the points count.
Look at Drew Griffith up there with a 121.8. Yeah, Drew drive that Mustang a little bit. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got 22 drivers in here. Unfortunately, I do fear that there's going to be a huge wreck when we get to that that sharp turn. And then it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a case of somebody blatantly driving dirty. I think everybody's just going to be jockeying for position. And something bad may happen at turn 1. All right, let's show them what it's about.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Let's get a good launch and overtake some cars. You can do it.
Oh, oh. fastest first sector. How about that? At the fastest second sector too, damn. Hey, that was another fun race. Where'd I finish? 10th? Okay. When I went off the track, I was too busy watching to see if Trevkin was still behind me because he was on my ass for a couple of laps.
Yes, mate. You're in the points. Nice work.
So, hey. Another fun race and another race that showed online stability. No rubber banding, no teleporting. No cars.
Said, well done, good race.
Thanks so much, man. Trev, you was on my ass for a couple of laps. Hey, I got to do this again. I was enjoying that.
At Trevken said, fast lap bro. At Drew Griffin 2643 said, GG guys, good race.
Same to you,
At
same to you.
Bev said, G'day, how's it going? At Adrenaluquite said, I played Pokemon Stadium with my brother.
I ain't into that kind of stuff, but that's cool. So I got 29 points. So I've got 3 days.
At Adrenaluquite said, hi Trev. At Drew Griffin 2643 said, okay, I will try the Porsche this time.
The Porsche definitely feels good on this track. Make no mistake about it. If you hit your brake markers, the Porsche feels really good. But you know, the funny part about it is the thing that made me switch up to the Porsche in this game, when this game first came out, I was using the Corvette in both the GT3 and the GTE classes. But then after 1.7 came along, well, before 1.7, in the beginning, the Corvette GTE was a little bit twitchy. So I switched up to the Ford GT, and it turned out that that was the meta car. So I did my couple of races with that and then kind of moved back towards the Corvette or sometimes even the Porsche. Now, with the GT3s, I started out with the Corvette GT3. And
at Adrenaluquite said, am I seeing this right? 61 people? Did they increase lobby sizes?
that is a good question. Let me back out and see. To my knowledge, on PC, 32 is the limit, unless they change something. But as far as the most people registered for a race that I've seen was 64. So going back to what I was saying about, you know, my history with the cars on this game. Yeah, in the beginning, I was using the Corvette GT3, and then after one of the updates came out, the Corvette ended up being the meta car because it was the Audi R8 before that.
Whitey said, "Oh, okay. Sorry, never mind."
No problem. So at some point, you know, the Audi was the meta car, and then at some point the Corvette became the meta car. So I switched from the Corvette and went over. I was bouncing back and forth between the Corvette, I mean the Porsche, and the Acura. And I decided to stay with the Porsche because the Porsche takes corners a little bit better. And then after 1.7, the Porsche became the meta car. But I don't know. I guess like on these other games, like Automobile Listed 2, the Corvette and the Porsche are my two cars. And this like that on this game, except the Corvette, the Porsche, and the Acura are my three cars. But I think all the GT3s are good on this game. I think you could pick any one of them and be effective. Because I definitely promise you that once this game gets VR support, I will take any GT3 car on this game and be effective with it. So, but I haven't used the Corvette in quite a while on this game, so I don't even really know how it would feel right now. But especially right here on of all wheelbases, this Logitech G923 that I'm sitting at right now, I get just enough resistance that that I won't overcrank the car and oversteer it. So I get just enough resistance, and the Porsche feels really good on this wheelbase. Tell you the truth. Two minutes. I mean, if I would like to think that we will have at least 15 people by the time this race starts, but if not, I'm good. I'm good with 11.
At Shaolin Monk 4206 said, "What up?"
Shaolin Monk. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
And as always, shout out to my uh, YouTube friends that stream this game. Boris, Chester, Xbox One Kenobi, EJR. You know, shout out to all those guys who pretty much been with this game since day one and supported this game through thick and thin. So shout out to those guys. And now that I've mentioned Boris, make sure you go check out his YouTube channel, Just Boris. He's in the middle of a series right now called, I think, from console to budget PC. Basically, taking you through a potato PC. You know, a PC that's probably considered rock bottom by today's standards, and what you could expect from a rock bottom PC, and then showing you what you can get. The performance that you can expect as you upgrade the PC. So definitely go check him out. You know, I've kind of been doing that stuff for a minute in terms of like beating it into your head about the three PCs that I got and what kind of performance you can expect out of the three PCs that I have, especially this one that I'm sitting at right now because it's my lowest spec PC. But I always talk about how this PC I think would be a good barrier, a good what's the word I'm looking for? The barrier to entry. I think this PC that I have right here, if you're not into if you're not into VR, I think this is a good game. This is a good PC. You know, I did a video or stream a couple of weeks ago showing you what it would cost to build this PC. And you could build this PC for with the same specs as this one for less than $900. And if you wanted to do VR, you can do VR on this PC, because I do. It's just there's a couple of games that just don't run very well, and AC Evo probably being the main one. All right, let me see the standings. Who do we got in here? So we got Trev in here again. Graham, he's in here. Drew Griffin's in here. So we got 16 people. Cool. Go to the vehicle setup again. Crank that up. And let's go. Let's go.
At TrevCan said, I just bumped up from 1440 to 4K on 3070, but it needs DLSS.
Oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and sit this one out, because I still plan to do 1 or 2 more races tonight. So I'll go ahead and sit the quali out and respond to your comment. Now it's ironic that right now Boris, he just upgraded his potato PC. It started out with a 1050, then he upgraded it to a 1060. Now he just upgraded it to a 3070. And at 1440p, he was getting some pretty good performances. This PC that I'm sitting at right here, again, it's got a 3070 Ti in it, and I leave everything at 1080p because of the VR situation. Because if you set a PC natively to 4K and then you try to throw VR in there and run that at 4K and then still try to run OBS off of this same computer, the results are not going to be very good. So in the case of this computer, I keep the native resolution at 1080p, and then whenever I go into VR, I upscale it to 4K, and that gives me good VR visuals, but it still leaves me enough resources that I can still stream as well. You know, for it still leaves resources for OBS. But for the most part, especially being that I run this at 1080p, the frame rate is native. So I don't use DLSS on here. Honestly, it doesn't really seem to help all that much. I don't know what it is, but quality settings on DLSS and
Johnny
quality.
Alls, thanks for following.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Here you go.
Ain't no
Appreciate
stopping
it.
this train. Whoa!
Let's go. Let's get it. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Ooh, sorry about that. Whoa! Getting greedy. I'll let those other cars go through. Oh, lap invalidated. How about that?
At Trev10 said, "You got a 121 in the last race."
Oh, I didn't even. Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention to that because I was so busy trying to stay with the cars in front of me. Well, sweet, thank you. Oh, something else that I was going to say is apologies yesterday. I had planned on coming back and streaming yesterday evening, but I ended up watching a couple of movies. I ended up watching the first movie that I watched was the Lamborghini biopic about Ferruccio Lamborghini, who started the Lamborghini company, and which was an interesting story, you know, because Enzo Ferrari disrespected him, and that's what brought about the Lamborghini as we know it today.
At Trev10 said, "You need me chasing you to motivate you."
You might be right about that, Trev. And then the other movie that I ended up watching was Ford versus Ferrari, and that was a very interesting story too. But then, you know, after I watched both movies, then I ended up, you know, staying up doing research and finding out, you know, what the movie showed us versus what actually happened. And something that was really interesting was when Ferruccio Lamborghini introduced the Lamborghini GT at a car show. His engineers was telling him it would take them 18 months to get ready for the show. He wanted them to get it done in 4 months. And I guess the engine that they came up with didn't didn't fit inside the car. So at the
Okay, mate. You can do this.
at the auto show,
Trouble in the first few corners.
they put bricks in the front of the car to weigh it down, so it would look like a normal ride height. And they liked the car so much that nobody bothered to question and say, can we see inside the hood or anything like that. So I found that to be really interesting. And then the Lamborghini Miura was like the car that really put Lamborghini on the map. Celebrities wanted that. Saw the first piece of rubber band. Fastest first sector. Ooh. What the hell? He's gonna send it right here.
Okay, mate, last lap. One more chance to get past. Full set now.
At Jamin_YT. Said. Try DLSS swapper can when do.
I'll come back and check that in a second. Okay. Oh, he's talking to Trev Can. Okay. Yeah, our GM Mustang was a little bit aggressive, and he clipped me a couple of times from behind. Fortunately, I didn't lose the car, so I knew he was going to make a move at that corner, so I already let him go and just like, okay, if he's fast, he'll keep the car on the track. If he's over aggressive and reckless, he'll fly off the track. So I just let him go. ATC DVD Drifter, I've raced against him a few times before. Oh, look at that! Drew Griffin won this race. Oh shit!
At Trevcan. Said. Cheers. Good race. I wiped myself out a couple times.
Hey, shout out to Drew Griffin. He won that race. Let me see. What did I get for points? Okay, I got 30 points for that race. I want to get into the 40s, so I got 3 more days to do it. So let's register again.
At Jamin_YT. Said. GG Drew.
Yeah, he had a pretty good race. He had a nice lap time too. He did a 119 something. I got a 121.3, but that race right there, I felt more or less like I was driving for my life. But we got 6 minutes. I don't have any topics to talk about that I can think of offhand.
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "Thanks guys. The Porsche love the last sector."
Yeah, that Porsche handles beautiful on this track. So, I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'm wearing a wireless headset, so I will still be able to hear the comments, even though I will be away for a second. Okay, we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. And we've got 11 register, little over 2.5 minutes.
At TrevKen said, "The 992 from this GT3 class drives very different to the 992 Sprint Cup class, which I prefer."
I think the 992 Sprint Cup. I think that's an actual production car on the street. So yeah, I would believe that it's going to handle differently from a GT3, an actual GT3 race car. If you go back and check my library or check my catalog, whatever you want to call it, last summer when I was at the Sim Gaming Expo, I went out to my car for a second, and I believe it was a red Porsche 992 GT3 RSR. Boy, that car was mean. And I took a few pictures, and I think I did film like a short video of it. So go back and check it out. So I posted several clips from the Sim Gaming Expo last summer. Met a lot of good people. Met Wrench Winch. I haven't seen her stream in a while. She actually lives here in the United States. She sounds Irish, but she lives here in the United States. You know, my brother from another mother, Eric B. You know, got to meet him. Who else did I meet there? The Viking King Racing, really cool dude. Met him. And then as far as YouTubers that I knew about, I got a picture with Mikkel of Overtake GG. No, Traxian GG, I believe he's with. But somehow that picture ended up getting deleted. Got a picture with Mike of Sim Racing 604. Really, really cool dude. That dude is tall too. But I've always liked this talent, so it was a pleasure to get to meet him. Trying to think. Lawrence Nasawa, met him. He was really cool too. He's another tall dude. I did get a picture with him. And then when they had the races there, I watched Matt Malone win back-to-back races. So that's really cool. The Sim Gaming Expo is in September. Right now, I am going to tentatively plan to go back. What I was hoping to do was go back to the Detroit Grand Prix. This spring is in May. But I'm not sure I'll be able to make it. Oh, let's see here. We got Trev Kev again. This RG and Mustang. Got to keep an eye on him. I should have used a different car. Next race, I'll do another race. Next time I'll use a different car. Almost followed him right off the track. And I haven't used any setups tonight. Past the second sector. Die! It's over. I already killed that lap. So I know that 6 isn't going to hold up, but oh well. So I think next race, I think I'm actually, ironically, I see that the fastest lap, someone has used the Lambo. And so ironically, I'm going to use the Lambo next race, and that's because it is my son's favorite exotic car. I think the thing that might have got my son hooked on the Lambo was GTA 5. You know how with shark cards and all that shit on GTA 5. On GTA 5, they have cars that look like real life cars, but they have a different name. And on GTA 5, they do have a car that looks like a Lambo, and that was my son's favorite car on the game. So I think that's what started him down the road of the Lambo being his favorite exotic car. So next race, I will use the Lambo. Going through, checking out a few things. All right, let's get with it and bury these cockroaches. Good luck to you too. Although I don't.
Trevcan said, Lombo is good to drive. At Trevcan said, GL.
Yep, good luck to you too.
Come on, mate. Nail this stop.
All right, let's go. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, move it now. Oof. Also notice when cars hit you, it doesn't sound like you got punched in the face anymore. It actually sounds like a car hit. I presume he's faster than me, so I'm letting him go. Go ahead, I'm giving it to you. And I got the first sector, fastest sector, ironically.
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "Sorry, someone at the door. Back soon."
Okay, all right. We should be here.
No, this is Jester. Said, "You fellas all doing ragged?"
Yeah, this been some pretty good racing tonight, Jester. Been pretty clean. The online stability has been excellent tonight. Good racing until that happened. Yeah, I think it was.
This is Jester. Said. Enjoy. Might see you guys tomorrow.
All right, I'll be looking for you tomorrow, sir. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Now that Mr. Chris, he was being really aggressive from the word go, so I had a funny feeling that he might touch me.
At Trevken. Said. Wow, good race. I was feeling the heat. At No, this is Jester. Said. Feeling I'm not wanted with a bit too many ATM, so avoided getting on lately. Be good anyways, speak soon. At Trevken. Said. Unlucky bro.
Yeah, that happens, Trev. I don't understand what would be going on with you, Jester, that not being wanted at the moment. I mean, you speak your mind. That's the biggest reason I subbed to your channel when I first found it. You were speaking your mind about the frustrations about GT7, and I shared some of those same frustrations, and I was like, finally somebody who willing to speak up about the problems with that game. All right, let's go with the Lambo. Let's give the Lambo a shot. That green livery is too common.
At Trevken. Said. At No, this is Jester. Yes, bro.
Let's see here. Let's go with this Lambo. Yeah, I like that livery. Oh, look at that. I got 37 points that race.
At No, this is Jester. Said. Trev saluting face and other lads.
Hey, salute to you too. Thank you. Speaking of that, while you're here, Jester, here you go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
So yeah, the online stability of these races tonight have been absolutely tremendous. I've only used the Lambo a couple of times on here, so we'll find out what it's all about. Oh, look at that! And then
At Drew Griffin 2643 said. Jester legend smiling face with sunglasses.
There you go. Now, at the end of round 3 for this championship, at the end of round 3, I was in like 17th place. Now I'm all the way down to 57. That's why I was saying I need to get into the... So I need a total, in my opinion, I need a total of 10, 17. I need 27 more points. So 358. So if I got up to 358, that would only put me in 37th place.
Said. It's been really good racecraft tonight too.
Yeah,
Very
racecraft.
clean racing.
For the most part. Now that Mr. Crisp that took me out, I don't really think he intended to take me out, but I knew it was going to happen because he was way too aggressive. I mean, he was right on my ass, and he was trying to wait for the perfect moment to try to dive up underneath. So already knew that if I made the slightest mistake and I couldn't slam the door on him, he was going to try to go through it. And that's and and he clipped me a little bit, and I lost 3 spots because of it.
At Trevcan said, I'm 61st catching you link.
Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you're only 7 points behind me. Yeah, we got 15 people, 14 people registered, 16. Oh, damn. And it's already working its way towards 11 o'clock. So this might be my last race. So for those of you that were watching, Jester said he'll probably be back tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And I think what I'm going to do is keep my eye on him and see when he goes live and try not to overlap him. So if I come back tomorrow, I'll try to do it either before or after he goes live. Otherwise, I would say plan on me being back on Tuesday. And then, excuse me, later this week, we start a whole new championship. And when we do, naturally, I'm going to do GT3s because that has the most participation, like it or not. Possibly GT4s. I really wanted to do the GT500s and 500 EVOs, but that's out until we get them back. So right now we're looking at GT3s, GT4s, possibly GTEs. So I'm going to try to compete in those classes and just see what happens. But definitely GT3. Even if GT3 wasn't one of my favorite classes, I would still participate in it anyway because it has the most users. The GT3 is the most popular class in road racing, like it or not. All right. The new Lamborghini that just came out, I think that car debuted at the 6 hours of Imola, if I'm not mistaken. No, it might have debuted at the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. But in any case, I'm wondering which of these sim racing titles is going to get that car first. I forgot the name of that damn car. Looks a lot like the Huracan, but yeah, I forgot the name of that damn car. this might not be the time to do it, but I definitely want to try to get a top 5 finish, which means I'm either going to have to be faster or be more aggressive. So, and this is definitely the first time that I've tried the Lambo in a rank race. The couple of other times that I tried the Lambo was, I think it was during single player. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, excuse me, folks.
At Trevcan said, short final drive and rear bias.
All right. I don't have the bias set up on this car yet. I mean, on this wheelbase, I haven't set up the bias yet, because this Logitech wheel doesn't have near as many buttons as my Fanatec wheel. I mean, my Fanatec wheel has enough buttons that I can assign just about everything. That I can bind just about everything. Whereas this, no, that doesn't have a ton of buttons.
At Trevcan said, asterisk brake bias.
Yep. Set up. See position. We'll save that. All right, let's see what this Lambo's got.
Session ends in 5 minutes.
Damn it! That lap's dead. Well, this Lambo, I will say that I think the Porsche takes corners a little bit better, but it is a car that I could get used to if I put in enough time. And that I think all these GT3s, even if the Porsche is considered the meta car on here, I think all these GT3s drive well enough that you could just cover your eyes and go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then just pick one and go with it. Right now, I would, you know, based on the muscle memory and shit like that, I would
At
probably.
Trevcat said, starting from the back like me at. Yeah, the Lambo is easy, but probably not as fast as Porsche.
I think the difference is that the Porsche takes corners a little bit better. So therefore, I think you could be a little bit later on the brakes with the Porsche, being that it takes corners pretty damn good. This car, probably it feels a little bit like the Acura on here, in the sense that you'd have to brake slightly earlier than the Porsche, and then in certain situations you'd have to downshift one more gear.
2643 said, GL.
Same to you. Are you on here? Oh yeah, got the 120.3. I think my fastest lap tonight might have been a 121.3.
You'll have a lot of overtaking to do in the race. Should be fun.
I don't know. I guess while we're on this,
At Trevcan said, GL.
same to you. Actually, I'm on a little bit of a kick right now. I think I might actually do one more race and use the Acura. Well, all right, let's go. Let's go, Lambo. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
Oh, the tire's a little bit cold, so this could get messy.
Come on, mate.
Let's go.
Nail this start.
I saw a ghost. I saw a rubber band. This could get ugly. Cars everywhere. Couple of dive bombers. Fastest first sector. This Lambo might actually have a little bit of straight line speed. I'm gonna have to give it to him. That was all me. I was too busy trying to keep up with him. Ah, oh well. Yeah, that was all me. I got greedy on one of those corners. Lambo, good car. I can see where if somebody put in the time with this car that they can get good with it. So yeah, that was fun. Like I said, you know what? Straight for hurry up and come on with that VR. We need that VR.
At Oaksid said, "Good race, Lincoln."
Same to you. Same to you. Thank you. But I wouldn't exactly call it a good race because I got greedy and spun out and paid the price. I'm gonna do this one more time. This time I'm gonna use the Acura. Nope, and I didn't get any extra points.
At Trevcan said, "Good race."
Same to you.
I
Same
kept
to
being
you.
greedy too.
Let's see here. Which one of these liveries? I
At
don't know.
Oaksid said, "I can't beat those up Porsche users."
If I was in VR, I think I could beat him with the Corvette. I think I could beat some of them. I think I'm going to end up going. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that livery. Although, see, that's probably the best livery, but it don't look like a race car. It looks like a street car. Right here with all the endorsements on here, that makes it look like a race car. So let's go with that. We're already up to 12 people registered. Um,
At Oaksid said, "Nah, you not getting 1:18s in the Corvette, lol."
well, I'm not getting 118s in anything because I'm simply not fast enough. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think if I was in the Corvette, especially if I was in VR, I think I could match my lap times that I'm getting in the Porsche. Uh, so folks, I will be right back. I don't feel like going through the hassle of muting the mic and switching over to the be right back intermission and shit like that. So you'll probably hear me going into the refrigerator. I'll be right back.
At Oaksid said, "I know what you mean though."
Yep, yep. So I'm wearing a wireless headset, so I'm moving about. I can still hear the comments, and being that I didn't mute the mic, I can still respond to them. You just might hear me going into the refrigerator. I gotta take the headset off when I drink because I think that's annoying and disrespectful for people to make all kinds of gulping and slurping noise when they drink. Uh, you know, can't do anything about that part, but the slurping and all that, all that shit. Uh, so hold on, folks.
At Oaksid said, "Hey Lincoln, I want that purple stuff, lol."
Okay, I'm back. You said you want that purple stuff, huh? And by that you would mean um no? Nothing purple in the camera. All right. All right. All right. All right.
At Trevken. Said. Indica. At Oaksit. Said. You know what I mean, the purple Kool-Aid in the fridge LOL.
I haven't drinking Kool-Aid in so damn long. I'll tell you what, if you drink Kool-Aid the way black people make it, you definitely gonna end up with diabetes or something like I do. So let me see, we 17 people registered.
At Oaksit. Said. LOL.
Exactly. Yeah, sorry I didn't catch on to that, cause yeah, like I swear, man, I haven't drank Kool-Aid. Fuck. 10, 15 years? Maybe longer? I don't know. So, shout out to the YouTuber Tijani. He streams mostly GT7. He's closing in on 3,000 subs. When
At
I
Drew
did,
Griffin 2643. Said. Did the draft work out for the Lions? At Oaksit. Said. Don't feel bad, I haven't either.
okay. The draft for the Lions, I think in the first round they got a blocker, because I think we need to seal up that offensive line, because with Taylor Decker probably being gone, we definitely need somebody to shore up that left side. Myself, I would like to see Penay Sewell move over to the left so he can cover Jared Goff's blind side. And then I know Tate Ratledge is going to be cool. Christian Mahogany, he's solid. Just hope he stays healthy this year. So I think Graham Glasgow and Taylor Decker are gone. So yeah, we definitely needed some more help on the offensive line. And then they picked up a pass rusher. Also, I forgot his name. Weight-wise, he seems kind of small for a pass rusher. He's 255 pounds. He's about the weight of a linebacker. But the guy, I guess, is pretty quick, and he's surprisingly strong for his size. So I do hope the Lions have one more running back, though, because I'm a little bit worried of Jahmyr Gibbs. If he takes 100% of the carries, he could get hurt. You know, David Montgomery was a tank. You know, and Jahmyr Gibbs is a jackrabbit. So I think we're solid at receiver with Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and in the emergence of Isaac Tesla, I think we'll be fine at receiver. You know, I assume Sam Laporta's coming back, so assuming he's healthy, we're solid at tight end, especially if we got Brock Wright coming back. So the linebacker situation, I do believe Jack Campbell and Rodrigo, Malcolm Rodriguez, I believe they're coming back. I think Derek Barnes might be coming back for another year. All right, let's see what we got here. know what? Damn, I don't got any setups. Oh well. Let's go. See what we got. Tires are cold though.
Session ends in 5 minutes.
The gears seem to be a little bit shorter with this car. Greedy.
At BKG Sim Racing. Said. Yo yo.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
At BKG Sim Racing. Said. Finishing up the workday.
Oh, alright. Hope you had a good day at work. Let's see here. Yeah, back to the pits. Okay, folks, I will be right back.
At BKG Sim Racing. Said. Nothing excited LOL. So that's always good.
Well, anything's better than a bad day at work. Alright. How much time we got left? Oh. Alright.
Have to work on our one lap pace moving forward. But let's see what we can do in the race. That's where the points count.
Let me see here, Drew Griffin's second with a 119.7, good lap. Trev, 120.8, another good lap. And then there's me with a 124.6. Damn, that's way off pace with the Porsche. Actually, was better with the Lambo. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
Let's go. Damn, how long have I been live?
At Drew Griffin 2643. Said. GL.
Same to you. Good luck. Good luck.
Said. Good luck.
Same to you too. Thank you.
a good launch. Focus on those lights.
Let's go. Oh. There's a rubber band. Other than him, the connection's good.
At BKG Sim Racing. Said. GL.
Thank you. We do have a rubber bander in here, though. All right. I think we good now. Oh! I had the fastest first sector somehow. Ah, fuck! I got greedy again. I also see with this Acura, I gotta apply the brakes harder too. Wow. Really, dude. I think somebody's bumper was off in the grass. What a dive bomb. I made a couple of mistakes, but also dealt with a couple of aggressive guys too, so yikes. But all in all, I think I would rather drive the Lambo than that Acura again. That car definitely takes some getting used to. So out of the 19 cars that was in this race, 8 of them were Porsche. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, that's me who's missing the bumper. Where is it? Yeah, I think that's me who's missing the bumper. Ooh.
At Trevcan said, nearly got a 119 in quali but messed up on cold tires in race.
Oh, damn, that's tough. Well, out of curiosity, before I take off, let me see what the custom lobbies look like. Okay, so all of them are in progress. Well, no. So yeah, all of them are in progress. Whew, okay. Yeah, I think that's the cue for me to call it a night. It is 11:40 p.m. approaching midnight. Let's see here. Been live, damn, for 3 hours. Damn, time flies when you're having fun. Definitely enjoyed it. For the most part, the online stability was excellent. Only saw a couple of cars rubber banding. Only saw one or two incidents where cars ghosted, but for the most part, the online was excellent. The driving, for the most part, was pretty good. Couple of aggressive guys, yeah. Um, but I'm not going to get after them. I'm going to get after myself for not really knowing the track that well. Because if it was a track that I know very well, I either would have been fast enough to hold them off, or I could have defended my position. So
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "Thank you for the stream, sir. See you next time, folded hands."
hey, thank you, Drew. Appreciate it. And as I was saying, as far as the next time that I come back, tomorrow, I'm gonna stay out of Jester's way. So whenever he goes live, I'll try to work around that. If I go live tomorrow, if I don't
At
go
Trevken said, "Laters, brother, thanks."
later to you, appreciate it.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
But yeah, if I don't go live tomorrow, plan to see me again on Tuesday. So thank you so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. And I don't know. I'll every Monday I'll always check the other racing games to see what the new daily races are for the week. So I know that for GT7, I think GT7 I have to check Race Room. I don't know if we'll get new daily races. We used to get them on Monday before that latest update. Now I'm not sure when we get them. So I know we get a new daily race tomorrow on GT7. I haven't followed AC Evo enough to know whether or not we get new daily races there. We get new daily races for Le Mans Ultimate on Tuesday, and then we'll get new daily races here in a few days on this one. So that kind of works out because it seems like every day somebody new gets new daily races. So, all right, folks, I rambled. Thanks for watching. Again, if not tomorrow, we'll see you Tuesday. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you soon.